Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you this GE LED high intensity discharge replacement bulb. It's more of a kit as it includes an accessory, and we'll take a look at that here in a minute. But I've actually seen these bulbs in use. There's a lot of other brands of bulbs that try to do the same thing, you know, these corn cob LEDs. But this particular GE style is the one that I've seen in use the most, at least in my area around here. I've seen these in use in outdoor can lights, the ones that used to probably take like 250 watt metal halide or 175 watt metal halide or something like that. I've seen them used in those applications. I've seen these used in wall packs, parking lot fixtures, and even street lights, at least ones that were in a parking lot. So it seems that this particular version, and I'm sure they make, you know, different sizes of them, I tend to see most often compared to all of the other corn cob LED brands, at least for, you know, the top brands. Oh, anyway, back to the bulb itself. So this one I ended up picking up at the Restore, 50% off on Earth Day, because these things are not cheap. So finding one for a great deal, I had to pick it up to share it with all of you. On the front of the package here, we can see obviously it's LED, it's 80 watts, 5000 K. This one doesn't need a ballast, so you just disconnect the ballast and run it directly on 120 to 277 volts. So there's a variety there, you know, you can do 240 and 208 as well. It's universal burn. It is open and enclosed rated. I suppose that's why I've seen it in both applications out in the wild. Damp location rated. I can't see anything where that's been used, like if it's an indoor wet application other than outdoor use. Other than that, it says here it comes with a tethering kit. That's obviously to protect the bulb, and again, we'll see that as we open it up. No surprise, it's non-dimmable. Here at the bottom, we can see again 80 watts. It lasts 50,000 hours. And here's the lumen output, so it's 12,000 lumens. So I have some different bulbs here we can take a look at just to compare. So a 175 watt mercury vapor bulb, for comparison, is 7,800 lumens, 7,800. The closest here is this high grade by Satco 250 watt mercury vapor bulb. It is 11,200 lumens, the closest to 12,000 here. So I'm sure they're trying to, you know, get to some area of that, at least trying to compare to it. The other one here is the 250 watt metal halide. Now obviously 12,000 lumens is nowhere near 20 or even 19 when it's in horizontal burn position. In fact, I have one more here if I can even grab it. It's up pretty high. Here we go. This might be a little bit more of what they're trying to target, as it's right in the range. A 175 watt metal halide bulb, we have 13,000 or 11,000 lumens. So definitely within the range of a 175 watt metal halide bulb. But look, you're only saving, you know, like, what, 95 watts or something? It's not that big of a difference if you ask me, and I mean the quality of these newer bulbs nowadays is debatable, but I'd much rather just keep the metal halide. It's much more interesting to watch turn on and all the above, but everything's going LED nowadays. So with some of those comparisons out of the way, on the front of the package here, the only other thing that I don't believe we've talked about yet is obviously it has a corn cob design. We have the LEDs on the sides here. There's also a ring of LEDs here on the top. This one looks like it has a medium base, according to the picture, but it doesn't. It comes with a mogul base, which makes sense if you're going to use it as a direct replacement for one of these metal halide bulbs. On the other side here, it's just a reverse of the coloration. All kinds of information. Made in China, no surprise. And the DEL, very good. On the bottom of the packaging, we can get the exact description of it here, or model. And, I mean, it has been opened, but I don't think it's ever been used. So, let's take a look. There's the bulb. Do you notice anything interesting about it? Yeah, we'll take a closer look in a moment. And here is that wire that we can connect to the bulb to protect it from falling, if it ever does, which hopefully it wouldn't. Here's all the LEDs on the sides. It looks like they each have their individual little module, and they're all numbered. And of course, they're just put together to create the bulb all the way around. This is plastic. The whole thing's pretty much plastic, except it is quite heavy, so there's definitely a heat sink inside, as you can see. This one's mogul base. Obviously, in the picture, it does show a medium base option, so maybe that is a thing. We have a clip hole here. That is for this. That would go through there. To protect the bulb. And of course, you'd secure this somewhere on the other end, and I believe it just feeds back through, and that's how it connects. But anyway, we do not need that, so we're just going to set it aside. Again, mogul base. Note that it doesn't say anything. Oh, what did I think it didn't say? I was looking at this the other day, and it was missing some type of information on it, but no, it has it. Never mind. Okay, let's take a look at the top again. Well, we have the LEDs around the side here in a ring, so you definitely get some light output there, but do you notice anything interesting yet? Yeah, there's a fan in there. I'm not joking. Do you see it? It's right there. A little computer fan. And that blows the air, brings in cool air from the bottom, and pushes the hot air out at the top. Get it spinning a little bit there. You can see it spinning. Very interesting. Of course, it needs that cooling because I can only imagine how hot this thing gets in such a compact package. Now, obviously, if they're going to be replacing a 175 watt metal halide bulb with it, we're going to need it to be the same size so that it will hopefully fit in the fixture better. Oh, this one doesn't want to come out. That's okay. We will make it. There we go. And you can see it is pretty much the exact same height. In fact, trying to line up the bottoms the best I can, the metal halide bulb looks ever so slightly taller. It's almost the same diameter, but I'd say that this is most certainly bigger. And they do have the LEDs pretty much in the same location as the arc tube in the bulb, which is important because many fixtures are designed to have the arc tube in a specific spot so that the lumen output is in the correct designated area and the right pattern and everything. So it's important that it's kind of in that same area. And obviously the fixture originally that was designed for this was designed for a very pinpoint spot of light, where here it's kind of coming from all over the place, so that's different too. But definitely very close in shape and size to its replacement here that you're replacing, the 175 watt metal halide. Okay, so that's the bulb. That's the quick overview of it. Let's go ahead and turn it on. We got it all connected up. Let's turn off the lights. And let's see what we get. Here we go. Can you hear that fan? And I'm not joking when I put my hand around this. I can feel the heat coming off these LEDs. It most certainly needs this fan, and it's blowing out the other end here. Definitely has a decent breeze going on. And I don't want to look at this thing directly because boy, is it bright. It's a very noisy bulb, isn't it? I guess I never really thought about that when it's in an enclosed fixture or, when one of those recessed can lights way up high, you don't necessarily hear it. Yeah, boy, that puts out the warmth. You can definitely feel it. Okay, I'm going to hold it like this, and we'll hold it above the camera here. Lux meter can't even deal with it, so we're going to put times 10 at the bottom there. We're about 2 feet away. Let me get it 2 feet away. Okay. I'd say that's about 2 feet away from the lux meter. We're getting about 440 lux. Remember, that's, you have to move the decimal point there. 84.5 watts. Power factor of 0.99. 0.71 amps at 118.8 volts. Yeah, this thing is bright. So, while it's cool to see it here, let's put it in a fixture. Here it is installed in the Handyman bucket light, the one that is wired up directly to 120 volt because it was missing the ballast. It's a perfect candidate to put this bulb in and see what it can do. It most certainly is bright, and as you can see, even the refractor is able to still function as normal, putting out light everywhere quite nicely. So let's go ahead and take a closer look here. Fits in the fixture really well. As you can see, it's hidden inside. It doesn't stick out or anything. It's decently centered. Yeah, just listen to that fan. It's got to cool all of that. Yeah, it does a decent job. I mean, back here it's a little darker, but you know, that would be against a wall or something. That's why the socket's at an angle, I do believe. Obviously it's a little dark here too. There's no LEDs on the top of the bulb, but the sides definitely do fine. Pretty cool. I really do hope you enjoyed this video of this very unique GE LED high intensity discharge replacement bulb. What a unique design with a built-in cooling fan. I am so glad to have found one of these and share it with all of you. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of these out in the wild here soon enough. Once again, I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and also please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.